Hello. Okay, this is a bit weird for me. This is weird. Sorry, I need to put on the lights. I just realized that the light isn't on. Yeah, back in with the lights. Hello, my crooners. It is here. It is now. It is the Mungalow's Croonings show. Woo! With Abby. I'm trying out different jingles. Yeah. So I am so excited. Oh, Abby, you don't want to know the amount of work that has gone into getting on air today. It's been ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. But you know what? I'm so glad that we're finally here. Big shout out to Ronald Monye. You are the real MVP. I swear to God, you're the real MVP because this guy, we've been having meetings till 3 a.m. in the morning. Like me, him, Atobatele at one point in time. It just been like crazy. Well, we are finally here. So I'm sure you remember sometime during the week, last week, I put up that we were now on YouTube. We have one video on YouTube. We can put up more, but we just decided that we should do a little bit more things and then we will, be uploading more and more onto YouTube. And then, of course, we had to set up this multi-host platform. And I'm telling you, it's not being funny. If you know, I'm not the most technical person, but you know what? I was like, we will get it done. And Ronald was going to pull me into the 21st century or the 22nd century, whether I liked it or not, kicking or screaming. Now I'm sure you're noticing my top. Hey, this is my first ever designer thing ever in my life. I just want to get the details up. Bear with me. I'm telling you, I am so excited. This is from Lavinia Andre, and the you need to follow on IG at Lavinia Andre's Collection. So that is LaViniAndres Collection. And this is from Patricia. Okay, I'm sure you guys know her as Sparkle. I call her Sparkle. Mommy Duck, And I'm telling you, this is my first ever designer thing. She sent me this beautiful, beautiful collection. It's a top, then there's another one like a Indian harem thing with trousers. But because it is so bloody hot today, I'm only wearing the top today. I'm not wearing the pants. I'm not wearing the other. And then it also has like a long flowing robe. I've taken pictures and I'm going to update them, but I'm so excited. I can't believe it. Like my first design, and I'm doing it on my first multi-host platform. Isn't this the most amazing thing? Then Nina, I want to say massive thank you to Nina and the BC because she was one who helped me to, be the go-between between America and here, making sure that I got this glamour. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. I want to thank each and every one of the people who are watching, who are part of the show. I really appreciate you so much. You have no idea. So, what else has happened this week? Now, this is the thing. I've come to realize that normally I'll be talking to my Facebook group, but I can't see anybody. So let me see if I've got guests waiting. Okay, I've got Ron waiting. If you're watching on Facebook right now, I want to see if I can actually mute my phone and see if I can log on to Facebook from here and see if I can let me just see if I can mute the whole thing and see if I can find you guys, and be able to be talking to the Facebook crowd, because of course these are my long-standing crooners. We've been doing this since the beginning of COVID. And I want to make sure that I do not in any way, shape, or form leave you out of the mix. You guys are the reason that I've been able to keep pushing on and pushing through. It looks like I'll have to need several several gadgets to do this show, but you know what? There's a will and there's a way. It will be done. But don't worry about it. We'll get it done. Uh okay, it's not showing anything yet, but let's see. Okay, it's not showing, no. But I'm learning to not flap under pressure, you know, to just be okay. So it's showing me, it's showing me what is happening, and I'm just going to, oh, it's actually translating automatically too. I didn't know that it was doing that. So apparently, if you're watching me right now, you can actually also read. And I was telling Ronald, I said, Ronald, one of my biggest things is I want people who are not part of the audio visual community to be able to, well, I mean, more of the audio, not visual, because then, well, I mean, hopefully they can hear my voice, you know. But I want it to be as inclusive as possible. That's the main thing. I was like, I really want this to be as inclusive as possible. And I didn't know that he had actually done that. So I'm very, very pleased. Thank you, Ronald. So what has happened? I'm telling you, hey, God, the crazy things have happened, apart from, you know, doing the show and everything. So my boss at the university recommended me to like a fantasy theater group where, you know, because of COVID, people aren't going anywhere, but they get people together to be able to record from in different times in the studio, and also you know, do all kinds of things using imagination. And I was mentioned on and all of that, and you know, I was like, okay, I'll give them a call and talk to them. And the guy called me back, and it was supposed to be just a mere audition, but your girl got invited to be part of the team, and I start tomorrow. He's actually sent me an email. I haven't looked at it yet, but I know he's just saying, don't forget about tomorrow, that kind of thing. And I'm so excited. So your girl is going back to her writing roots, her performance roots, and I'm so happy. You know, I have nothing but gratitude, because if anyone had told me just even in January that my life would be this way, I'll say it's a lie. Because even in January, I did not know if I was going to have a house, you know. And from January, less than 6 months, how things have turned around. And what I just want to say to you is, if you are ever feeling like, and it doesn't matter, me, I always say, it doesn't matter whether you believe in God or not. You know, it doesn't matter. You know, positive energy, whatever you want to call it. When you don't give up and you hang on. Now, I know most of you don't want to hear God, but God always still watches out, even for those who don't believe in him. You know, but the thing is, things will fall in line. Things will fall in place. So whatever it is you're going through, whatever it is that is overwhelming you, whatever it is that is pushing you down and making you feel like you can't move on, you can't go on, just hang on, hold on, just hold on, keep pushing through, one day after the other, one step after the other, and you will be amazed by what's going to happen. So, and your girl is passing. She is passing her dressmaking class. Do you know that somehow I ended up being the first to actually do my final project? To actually start it off. Well, I've almost finished it. In spite of the fact that I was coming from the red. So your girl is gonna pass a dressmaking class. So I'm gonna be officially a dressmaker. Yeah. So okay, enough of me whittling on. Let me bring on. Let me see. I've got some private chat here. Oh, I'm seeing it on Facebook. I don't know what you're talking about, friend. Anyways, let me invite Ron. Welcome, and Kenny. Kenny's here. Kenny's video isn't on yet, but we will be bringing Kenny on very, very soon. Ron, I don't know. I hope you're not muted.
No, I don't think
you said muted. Edit my audience. My audience is to public.
Okay. Can you
is
see
it
me?
Saying it's not? because I purposely put it to public. Edit privacy. Oh, yeah, that's why. Sorry, somehow it was to me alone. So I was yakety yakking to myself alone. It was to everybody. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. How did that happen? How did that happen? I'm sorry, because I actually went and put it to the public, but somehow it ended up. Okay, I'm gonna start all over again. Hello, everybody. To the Don't worry, first time madness. First time, first time. So for about how many minutes? 10 minutes. I'll be talking to myself, and people would have been like, "Ah, where is this woman now?" Somehow, even though I had done the edits to be to public, when I went on, it only edited it to myself. So I was the only one watching myself, thinking I was talking to everybody. So, anyways, I know not everybody's gonna go back and watch the first 10 minutes. I'm just gonna run through. So amazing things. You know, you guys, we talked about starting the show on YouTube. We have one video on YouTube. We're going to be uploading more. Ron has come onto the team officially, and he has been dragging me, kicking and screaming through setting up the whole thing. And now we have our first multi-host platform, and I'm just excited. And then I am wearing my first designer dress ever. I know people are going to abuse me. How can you be over 40 and you've never worn designer? It's never been in my thing. As long as it's cloth and I can wear it, I have never walked into a store and bought anything designer. I've never had a boyfriend who was kind enough to buy me designer. They're all too smart. They always dump me when it's time to give me money. Stupid boys. And I'm also finding out that it's actually translating. It's giving subtitles. I'm so excited. Remember, I was saying I wanted it to be as inclusive as possible to everyone. So I'm very happy about that. Anyways, I'm wearing my first designer. Now it comes in this shirt. Then there's like an Aladdin top, trousers and a jacket, but it is so hot in here. You don't want to know how I'm sweating like a horse. It's crazy. So anyways, it's hot. So I'm only wearing this shirt. And this is by Lavinia Ade. So it's Lavinia Ade's collection. And this is from Patricia Ozegbe. We all know her Sparkle. She does the blog also, but she has the fashion house. And she sent this to me all the way from America. All the way from America, right down here. And thank you, Nina on the BC. Thank you so much. Well, why is it echoing? Is that you, Ron?
Yeah, sorry, I sorted it out. I'm sorry about that.
Okay. So this is why I should have put you in the list and not added, because now you're coming to echo on my groove while I'm talking. Don't mind me. So this all the way from America, and also want to say thank you to Nina and the BC for helping me being the middle person between America and the UK, and I'm in my first designer ever. So please follow Patricia on Lavinia Andre's collection. It is LAVINIA collection all together. That's on Instagram, so make sure you follow, and you might be able to get yourself a piece like this. Isn't that great? I'm going to put up pictures on Thursday, so don't worry about that. Then I also wanted to share with you that your girl is passing her dressmaking class. I'm going to be Suradi Taylor. Imagine, I ended up being the first person to actually finish my final project. Well, I haven't finished it, but I've started my final project. So failing from the back, and somehow I came to the front. So I just want to say to you, if there's anything holding you back, anything that's making you think that you can't make it, you can't do it, you can't get on, don't listen. Just keep putting one foot in front of the other. Because if anyone had told me in January that things would be looking this great in June, I'll say it's a lie. But here's another thing. Your girl's been added onto a new writing team. And I'm starting tomorrow. I was recommended by my boss, and I'm so excited about it. So I'm going back to my writing roots and all of that. So that's all that's been happening in your girl's life. Well, not all, but these are the things I can talk about for now. And Pete Carlo, in case you're watching, I have not forgotten. I have been recording the story. I'm just trying to get it written. So don't worry about that. Okay. So let's get on with it because we have a show popping. Our first multi-host. So let's see who else is on. Kenny, would you like to come on with your video, please? And if you're watching on YouTube right now, under the comment of the first post where I put about the timing, you will see the code to join us. So just click on that code and it will bring you directly to us and we'll be able to add you on. We can add as many as 5 people, right? So Ron, hey Ron, that's Ron who's on our team. A round of applause. Yeah, we can add up to 5 people, yeah?
Yeah, we can take 8. We can take
we can take up to 8 people. So there we go. So if you have the code, I know that my sister, oh God, I'm talking so much, my brain has actually frozen. My sisters, they know themselves. They've said they want to join. So please. My brain, I'm so excited. My brain is struggling to hang on to information. It's just, I'm stumbling over myself when I'm even talking. I'm that excited. Okay.
Okay, I'm ready now. I was trying to sort out the link.
Okay, so what's today's topic? Today's topic is, can a cheating person truly be in love with their spouse? Now we know what's in the news. We know what we've been talking about, all the sugar daddy situation and the sugar babies and sugar daddies being at risk and being, in danger and all that stuff. But it begs the question, what makes a person who says they're truly in love with their spouse? Because sugar daddies are usually married people who go with unmarried people or sometimes married people. So what makes a sugar daddy or a sugar mommy, because we also know they're sugar mommies, so what makes a sugar person, what makes a person who has said that they love their spouse? And you'll hear, I've seen it in films where a sugar daddy is with his sugar girl and he says, and she's like, so when are you going to marry me now, daddy? And it's like, oh no, I love my wife, I'm never going to do that to her. And I'm always wondering, you love your wife, but you're sleeping with another woman behind her. How is this love? How does this work? So, of course, I put the question out there and I have a couple of people willing to come join and talk about it. So first, Ron, I'm going to let you talk for about 3 minutes and then I'm going to add you, Kenny, and then anybody else who wants to come on, please come on so you can participate with us and I will add you on. Okay, let's go. I want to talk about it.
Yeah, that's good. First of all, thanks for bringing me on the platform. I'm happy I'm here. Why are you laughing?
I'm just laughing because there's a video on the platform as if you're not the one who has been arranging the whole thing.
Well, I still have to show appreciation. Well, the issue is not. It has a complex explanation. It's not as straightforward as you want it to be. Like, I'll give you an instance. Now we're talking about sugar daddies. Now there are 2 classes of sugar daddies: the ones that are married and the ones that are not married.
The one that are low fat and the one that are high fat.
So which one are you talking about? Because I can only be an expert in the married ones because I'm married, so I can understand.
Well, to be honest, the question isn't why are they sugar daddies. The question is, can a cheating person truly be in love with their partner? So if you now want to go in the way of sugar daddies, by all means choose whichever sugar daddy you want to talk about, whether it's low fat, high fat.
Okay, I'm going to say this, and I don't want the listeners to misunderstand me or think I'm endorsing or enabling a certain type of behavior. Men and women are different. Okay. For a woman, when it comes to issues like sex, there's a lot of elements attached to it. Emotions.
I'm rolling my eyes because I don't believe it, but go on.
I'm telling you. Okay, emotions, reason and opportunity. Emotions, reasons, and opportunity. For a man to cheat, all he needs is just a woman, or maybe opportunity too. So why am I saying it? We are built differently. A man moves by sight. Do you understand? A man moves by sight. Everything about a man that connects to a man is just about looks. It has nothing to do with feelings most of the time. And when I'm discussing, I'm not saying every single man. I'm saying the general population. It doesn't apply to every single. I'm coming. It doesn't apply to every single man, right?
Okay.
Now, if a man can conveniently cheat and maintain his home, and the spouse will never ever know. In fact, as a matter of fact, their spouses till today, they are unaware that their men are cheating. Until today, as I speak with you, I see them all the time. The thing is that we all mind our businesses, but we see this all the time happening because there's really no emotions attached. The man can go and pay a girl and say, okay, so you can pay somebody from the red light district for services rendered, and that's it. It ends there, and he goes back to his home. And like someone once told me, he said a man can have series of runs girls as sugar babies, series, but the wife remains at home. I'm not talking about those ones that get captured by Jaruma Kayamata that they
Look,
put
there's
inside.
nothing like that thing.
I'm even giving excuses on their behalf. I've never been in that situation. I'm even trying to even make up an excuse for them. That okay, maybe they were captured by spells or supernatural powers or whatever it is. That's another subject altogether. But most importantly, these things occur when there's tension in the home. Maybe there's no respect. One person is not getting the attention the attention he or she deserves from the partner. The other one is trying to express himself. The other one is, uh, how
You
do I
know what?
say?
Let me add. Sorry, I'm gonna cut you here because, dude, I'm trying not to fly into that thing and give you karate chop. Because you see, I wish one of my friends, well, one of the people I know, Yemisi, was here
Mm,
because she's such an advocate of. You see, these people that are like, oh, women are emotional beings. They only move by what they hear. You don't know, you see, maybe it was our mothers, but you see, girls these days, that one is a big fat lie. Big fat lie. Okay, I gave you the example earlier. We say, oh, women don't have the same capacity to sleep with as many men as men. What about prostitutes who sleep with how many men in a day? Look, it's because of culture, religion, nature, all that, whatever. Take out all those things, you go shock. But anyways, let me add on Kenny and see if somebody else is joining us. Kenny? Oh, he's asking me to kick Kenny out. Sure? No, I'm not kicking any Kenny out too.
watch what you click.
Oh, Kenny's gone off.
Oh,
He's
okay.
gone off. Yeah. He's not on. He's not. Okay, well, we had Kenny. We've lost Kenny. Anybody else who wants to join us, please come and join us. But okay, this is the thing, Ron, right?
Yeah.
What a lot of people think is that, oh, women is a bigger tendency for men to cheat than women to cheat. Women are moved by what they hear, men are moved by what they see. We are all moved by what we see. If I was moved by what I hear, why would I look at someone like, okay, RMD is not my, I don't know, I don't like white hair and bald head, I don't. So you see, I'm already moved by what I see. So let me look ahead. Someone like Ray Modi. I've not spoken to the guy before. I've never met him, but I just say I 6 Igbo boy. Hey, God Almighty. I'm like, okay, I like. Why aren't I waiting for him to talk to me before I'm moved? Why am I moved by what I'm seeing? Why is it
Again.
that wait? Why is it that
Mm.
when most of the time when you see all these artists and everything, who are their biggest fans? Women. We are moved by what we see, not by what we hear. Oh. You see also that thing of women are moved by what they see, what they hear. I know what is. We are moved by what we see just as well. We are not blind. We are not blind. we see a good-looking dude. Why do you think that when you're asking girls in their 20s, what do you want in a man? What's the first thing they say? Tall, dark, handsome. Why did they say, I want him to speak Queen's English and be able to speak sweet nothings to me? Why aren't they saying that? Why are they saying they want something they can visually see? Because we are all moved by what we see. Then maybe extra moves now work in what we hear, and then maybe men don't really care about what they hear. But you see, that's what we see. We all see. Our eyes are open like this. We all see. And we like or dislike what we see. That's the first. Then you see that other thing of, you see, unless a woman is not interested in checking you out. But you see, there's rarely, and I'm not saying there's never, I'm saying rarely, a woman who does not have an inkling when her man starts to cheat, because men can't hide. They can't hide. No matter how they're even saying, oh, they're balancing things out, it will show in their character. It will show in the way that they do things. It will show in the way they take care of themselves. Because next thing, he's not trying to gym for the girl now, because madam was ready to be rubbing his belly, and his belly and be going, oh, my darling, how are you? But now the sweetie porero outside is like, no, I need you to have at least 2 pack. If you can't even have, if you have 1 pack, at least make it 2 pack. So you say if you start hitting the gym, and once his wife is now noticing that, this man who showered once in a day is now showering 2 times, 3 times, is putting on cologne, is hitting the gym. You think she doesn't know? She knows. Or maybe she has just decided that, you know what? Let him do what he wants to do. I don't care.
Can I ask you a question?
Go on.
Let's pretend you were married. And you had this. I'm coming. And you had this husband who doesn't groom himself. Okay.
Can we pretend something else, please?
I'm coming. I'm going in line with your argument.
No.
And this guy. No. I just want to debunk what you just said. And you have this guy that doesn't groom himself naturally. He doesn't care about his nails, his hair, and all that. Then all of a sudden, I'm coming. I'm going somewhere. Then all of a sudden, you just realize that he's conscious about everything physically. Now, even though you've noticed it, where do you go with that argument? Like, I'm suspecting because you've started changing. Who do you tell?
You don't go with the argument. What I'm saying is, when you notice, it's something that prompted it. Now, depending on the kind of person you are, you can decide.
Let's pretend you're a Jaguda woman. Let's pretend you're a Jaguda woman now.
I'm a Jaguda woman before now. Why are we pretending?
Yeah, okay. How do you want to go about it? Now that you're suspecting, how do you want to know?
If I give you my FBI tips, then how will I use it when I need it now? When I give you my secrets. But let me tell you something, right? You see, the network of a woman is further than the average man believes. You'll be amazed. Look, when it comes to finding out something that is going to break a woman's heart, even her enemies will cooperate with her. Because at the end of the day, it's going to break her heart now. So it will make her enemies happy. So even her enemies will even her enemies will cooperate with her. That you want to know where your husband, I've been seeing him at this gym. Haven't you seen where women will just walk up like, hello, how are you? Hey, that's car your husband is driving is really nice. It's the same car. No. So even without her going to go and look for information will work her and come and meet her where she is. Because there are people whose delight is that they want to cause her pain. So even her enemies will be part of her network that will find out for her.
Are you aware that even within the Nigerian circle, I don't know what happens in the UK, but within the Nigerian circle, your own good friend will be witnessing what your spouse is doing. But just because she knows, just because she knows that your spouse knows, she will never tell you. Are you aware?
Yes, of course. Is it the one that's never telling? What if it's your best friend that is actually sleeping with your husband?
Are you also aware that in our culture, going to go and tell the woman is like not just being an amebo, the home breaker, because now the subject will shift from that the guy cheated to It's Abi that scattered their marriage. Oh. What happened? Abi is the one going to go and tell on the husband. Are you aware?
That's why I'm telling you that. You see, the network of a woman is bigger than the average, because you are limiting her network to just her friends. I say even her enemies will join the network. And the thing is that unless that man is traveling to the moon to go and cheat, he will always bump into somebody that will not be like, and the person might not even say, oh, I saw your, she just be like, oh, hello, well, I could have sworn I saw someone like your husband. I said, no, my husband is in town. No, I mean, I was in so and so and I saw him there, but maybe it's not him. And usually when a woman is being spoken to like that, she'll just be like, well, God makes people in twos. What did you see the person doing? Oh, he had a girl with him and everything, but of course it can't be your husband. No, it's not my husband. My husband was at home. But she knows her husband wasn't at home. Her husband has traveled. But she's just used that to catch the tea. You see, my dad always used to tell me something. When I love my dad so much, he used to say, look, God, and I used to get annoyed when he said it, but I sort of get what he was trying to say. It was like God didn't give woman like logic like that, but he gave women sense. Like he didn't give them logic, he gave them sense.
Of
Like
what use is the sense if you're emotional about it?
Yeah.
Of what use is the sense if you are going to be emotional while deploying it?
But not everybody is emotional or whatever. Look, let me tell you, you haven't met people who are stone cold in their decisions. They will make decisions that will feel that you will be like, I fear you.
There's always going to be. There's always going to be.
Oh, wait. God, guess. Sorry. Oh, there's Gadget. Add to stream. Hello, Gadget. Please, can you put on your camera and your Debola has enjoyed it. Ron is asking for Debola. Oh, Debola, where are you? Come and join us. Gadget, please, can you put on your camera and your microphone? You are the person who we are testing our multi-hosting on. I'm so excited. Come on, make it work. Okay, while Gadget is putting on the camera and Mike, you finish.
So, like I was saying, it's easy for anybody. I've met women who are like stone cold, like you said before, but there's always that something that they always fall back. Like there's always that space they leave. And again, these are exceptional cases. These are not the general instances. These are exceptional cases. When somebody decides to cheat like that, again, I'm not encouraging. I'm not encouraging the act. I'm not enabling. I'm just saying it as it is. Men and women don't have the same capacity to do this. Like, okay, now when you catch a guy cheating, it's just like you're seeing a little boy playing with a toy or football. Then you, because you don't like him playing with the football, you just come, snatch the ball and use a knife and puncture it. That's exactly how the guy feels when you are catching him. However, there are some proven antidotes to this kind of behaviors. I noticed that not all men, no. I noticed that there are men when their wives don't show too much unnecessary policing around them, their capacity or their capacity to cheat is minimized. I'm not saying 100%. For instance, a guy who does not know that he's being monitored, the thrill of cheating. Some people just cheat. Cheating is sweet when there's thrill. That thrill of being caught. That as we're doing this thing, we might be caught at any time. That thrill, that adrenaline, it drives some men into it and all that. But there are some women that they just like when you are talking and trying to defend it, they say, "Don't worry, don't explain to me. Don't tell me what you're doing. I don't want to know." Just dismissing him like that psychologically alone discourages him from like, why am I even doing this? This woman is not making this thing sweet for me. That kind of thing. So, but it's not all men. It's just some men, not all. Some.
Okay, sorry. Gadget says, I'm sorry, but ironically, I'm having a problem with my gadget. So that's what Gadget is said. So even if you can't come on camera, can you unmute Gadget? Can you try that? And I also want to say, Book Chris, thank you so much for watching. I have added the link. So please go on the link and come and join us as a host if you can. We would really appreciate it because this is one of my faithful crooners. Book Chris has been watching this show for like I don't even know. I think from day one.
I remember from the last
Yeah,
one.
she's all ahead. She's in your fan club. Yes, that's how you remember
Mhm.
her.
I know my fans. I know
But
my
she's
fans.
one of the crooners. So please, we would love you if you can come on. We'll really appreciate it. Gadget, if you can, at least let us hear your voice. Even if we can't see your face, that's fine.
Oh, I
And
think
if
I
you
know
can,
Gadget. He's also got a Barry White voice too.
oh, so the Barry White clan are coming out now. Okay, okay, okay. I'm not angry with that. I am fronting. I am fronting with that. I'm always happy. You see? You see these are yes, I beg you. Look, I get where you're trying to come from, but what I'm also saying is we have to have like a really balanced view of this thing. If you say you are going to cheat, you have, and now let's talk about marriage. I'm not married, but I can still talk a bit about it. At least I live with married people, right? If you say that you are married and you've taken a vow before God, before Buddha, whatever it is you've taken a vow before people and before an entity that the two of you hold there, or for many people they just go to a registry before the government and say, I give myself to you, you give yourself to me, that's it, right? And they do that. Now, even in marriages where maybe by religion or by culture, more wives are married. At the moment where you're marrying a woman, you do not tell her, I'm marrying you, but tomorrow I'm going to marry her. You do not tell her on the day that you're marrying her, I am marrying other women on top of you. Then you now go and start messing around with other people. What always amuses me about such people is then the monuments, as we say, the monuments, their partner. Okay, Gadi said, since I joined quite a bit late, I would like to listen first and understand the direction of the discussion. Forgive me. No, that's fine. That's fine. It's all right. It's all right. You do what you want to do. The monuments, they catch their wives. And if it's a woman, the monument she catches her husband now has a side piece of their own. They now behave as if the person carried a gun, loaded it, and aimed it at their chest. I'm like, oh, so first to do, now the sweets. But story, Yoruba people say, oh, the person who beheads people never ever wants to put his own head down and have a
Hmm.
sword put to his neck.
Hmm.
So it is always sweet to behead people. But when it's not time for your own head to roll, you will not be like, ha, have the human milk of compassion. Have sympathy. Please don't separate my head from my neck. But when you were separating heads and opening ties and diving in and doing all the things you wanted to do, you did not know then that it was paining somebody, right? So why are you upset? Why are you upset that the person cheated on you? Because I will never understand how you say you love someone. And you see them vows. When people make those vows, I keep looking at them going, do you even have a flying clue about the kind of vows you're making? You're saying in sickness, in health, for better, for worse, in good, good for bad. Do you even understand? You could get married. This guy steps out of the house tomorrow, gets hit by a car, paralyzed. You can't turn around and go, well, I thought he was going to walk. You can't do that. The person could, okay, look at the time that I was engaged. When I was engaged, he came and proposed to me when I was paralyzed. So I knew for a fact that that was someone who, if he had told me that he was going to marry me, he would have told me that he was going to marry me. So I knew for a fact that that was someone who, if he had told me that he was going to marry me, he would have told me that he was going to marry me. So I knew for a fact that that was someone who, It was easy for me to say yes when he said marry me, because
Because you're at your lowest.
I was already at my lowest. How low could I go?
Mm-hmm.
I remember that day very well. I had not showered the entire day because, of course, I couldn't get out of bed. So, and it was a very hot day, so I was a bit stinky. And of course, I was lying down in bed because I couldn't move. And because I was so scared of messing up myself, I really wasn't eating. I wasn't drinking. I had lost weight. I was not visually. I was so you say men are moved by what they see. Visually, I was a hot mess. And this guy knelt by my bed. I was like, babes, I want to stick this out with you. And I'm like, what English is he speaking? Yeah, I want to stick it out with me. Hey, my friend, you're already in this. You said you'll be here with me as my friend, so no problem. And I was like, no, I want to be your husband. And I was like, are you mad? And that was my first statement to him. I was like, are you mad? Like, are you okay? You want to marry me? Are you looking at me? I was like, I can see, babes, but I want to be your husband. And it took him days to convince me. But I went and said yes. And I think that was the yes that I was the most sure of. Oh, yes. Okay, we got Shani K. We got Candy. Yes, finally. My girl squad are here. Hey.
Oh, snap.
Babylon, join us. Yes, I hope you've been listening.
I just came on.
Oh, you just came on. Okay, no problem. So the topic that we're talking about is, can a cheating partner truly be in love with their spouse? So you say you love your spouse, but somehow you're still cheating. Well, how does that paradox work?
I don't think it works. That's my.
Thank you.
I can't imagine. Yeah.
Straightforward. It doesn't work.
At least for me, anyways. I can't.
It doesn't make any sense, does it?
I can't fathom it. So.
Because, and the reason why that question came up is, well, we've been hearing about the topics about sugar daddies, sugar whatever, and all that stuff going on in the air. And also, I know that I've seen it in films. I've not seen it in person, but I've seen it in many films where a man would be with his sugar baby. And she's like, oh, daddy, when are you going to make me your wife? Or when are you going to make us public? I'm sick and tired of sneaking around and hiding. And he goes, no, 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 no. I love and respect my wife. We are not going to do that to her. And I'm always like, how? How does that work? In what planet is that working? You love and respect your wife, but you're cheating on her. So Ronald here, who is on my team and also one of our co-hosts, he's a happily married man, and he is playing devil's advocate. I had Shani K. I was coming to her. I think Shani K is a woman. I'm not too sure. But they've left. Please come back, Shani K. I wasn't ignoring you. I was just trying to take on one person at a time. So, Shani K said just joined. Yes.
Oh, she took herself off the studio.
What happened? She's gone.
Yeah, she'll be back just now. Okay.
Oh, there she is.
Yeah, so there are people who are putting in comments here and saying that a new woman alive would think that works. So Ronald has been given like the alternative view. So Ronald, can you continue from where you stopped and see whether you can convince Candy?
Okay. Let me simplify it because I said a lot of things. Candy, before I start again, I always like to put out this disclaimer. I'm happily married. I don't cheat. I'm live now. Okay. Yep. I'm not enabling. I'm not encouraging either. But I'm just trying to give an alternative explanation to
right
phenomenon.
Got it.
Now, the basic of this thing is like cheating for men. See, I'm going to say it in a crude way. So cheating for men is like sport.
Okay.
We just added Kenny. Kenny, can you sort of fix that so it's not echoing? Thank you.
So it's like sports. Oh, see Kenny. So cheating is like, don't worry, you hear Kenny's perspective, you like Kenny very much.
Okay,
So,
go on.
so cheating for a man and cheating for a woman, they are two. The way we emotionally process these issues are different. It's not good. It's not something we should encourage, but it is what it is. And when I say this, I'm talking about the generalized. I'm generalizing. That's the people who do it. No, I'm not talking about the exceptions. We have
Mm-hmm.
exceptions in everything we do.
Right.
More men. I'm talking about more men cheat just for sports, okay, for recreational purposes, okay. But for women, it's different. There are feelings involved, there are emotions attached to it. There's always going to be a reason, and there has to be the opportunity. And I'm talking about married women. I'm not talking about women that are free and single. I'm talking about like married women. For them to go that way, there must be a reason, and there needs to be the opportunity, and there has to be an emotional attachment between she and whoever it is she's cheating with. A man can just stand up from the dinner table, go to the red light district, sleep with somebody, 30 minutes, 1 hour is back home, and nobody will ever know anything happened. He
I
maintains
don't.
the wife. I'm coming. He'll
Okay.
go and he'll go through series of girlfriends like Ron's girls, Sugar girls, whatever, whatever. At the end of the day, he maintains his family. I'm talking about the larger percentage of men. I'm not saying all cheating men. There are some cheating men that don't have sense. Immediately they just start cheating. The next thing, the whole world can leave them behind and they forget about them. So those are not the people I'm talking about. I'm talking about the general population. So don't hate me. I'm just explaining.
He's
Oh no, no, no.
mansplaining.
I I have one thing to say about what you said about women need to have their feelings like attached. I think that's a myth. I think that's absolutely a myth. Women,
Thank you.
and I'm not speaking personally for me, but I also know there are women who can cheat on their men, married women alike, as there that can do this thing without getting like exactly like you explain as the men. There are a lot of women that do this too. There's that myth that, oh, women need feelings to be emotionally attached and all that. It's not true. It's not.
But they are the exceptions, aren't they?
No, I don't think they're the
No,
exception.
then that's what I'm trying to explain to you, Ron.
I
They are
don't think
not the
there are the
exception.
exceptions. I mean, isn't that how we had? Wasn't this trending recently? How there are all these men with children that aren't theirs
There
because
you go.
wives were cheating and they did not even have, like, I mean,
You
and they
know,
Not a
you know,
clue.
I'm one of the few people who didn't get carried away by all those men with. In most cases, some of those guys actually knew. They know they are important. They know,
hmm.
and they just kept quiet. And all the time, their wives were busy getting pregnant. They knew it wasn't their kids, but just because
Really?
of the societal shame, they just wanted to accept what wasn't theirs. Now it
Well,
becomes they know. Most in
yeah,
most
because
cases,
she's
they know.
doing them a favor.
Kids are very important, and we know. If I didn't have kids for 4 years with my wife, I would kept going to the clinic or the fertility clinic for tests and all that. Then all of a sudden she becomes pregnant. Of course, I'll get suspicious. I will know. But sometimes they don't say anything because they just want the kids to bear their names and they keep silent until the lid is blown off. So I don't
Well, at
buy
the
that
end of the
story.
day, it's because they're getting something out of it, isn't it? So they're getting something out
Exactly.
of it. So that's
Yeah.
all. That's what I've been trying to explain to you, Ron. That look, women. You see, when I was telling you that, they say, oh, women are moved by what they hear, and men are moved by what they see. If it's true, why is it that when you ask the average girl, who do you want to get married to, she'll be like, oh, I want him to be tall, dark, handsome. Why don't you say, no, I want him to speak sweet nothings into my ear and tell me that I'm his princess. Why don't we say that that's what we want? Why we say we want tall, dark, and handsome? We are moved by what we see as well.
Absolutely.
We have eyes and we can use it.
Okay. I think maybe Kenny will help me to explain. Kenny is more.
That's
Kenny is a feminist now, so Kenny will be able to.
Oh
Kenny is
my
actually Ken is a feminist, so I'm sure you have something to say.
Okay, well, before we go on, I want to say thank you to the people who are joining us, who are watching. So, Sean, I've told you, click on the link and you should be able to join us. And then, Favor, thank you so much for watching. And if any, I mean, we still have space for I think 2 more people to join us. So I think we are being out. Can thank you that you are here, Candy, because I think the men are like outnumbering us.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
Oh my God. Like this thing is spreading them to their soul. They're about to fight. Okay, Kenny, tell us what you want to tell us. You're welcome to the show.
Sorry, guys, I'm not sure you can hear me, but I think I'm
You're not,
We can hear you.
yeah, afraid.
I'm having some technical challenges here.
We can hear you.
So we
We can hear you. We can hear
Oh.
you.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah.
He's like, where do I start from before this woman slaughter me? Why are you afraid? Talk now. And we have DJ.
You know if it's being monitored.
Oh, your wife is nearby. You better speak correct. Okay, so Kenny, tell us. Stop giggling and tell us.
He'll sleep on the couch if he talks.
Oh, who's that? Gadget? Is that you, Gadget, or is that Jide? Because I'm only seeing names.
That's
Yeah.
my right gadget.
Okay, Gadget. Well, Kenny's trying to compose himself. Can you tell us your views, please?
He really needs to be composed. I understand his predicament right now. Canada, I guess I'm right.
His wife is nearby, I bet.
I'm glad they're laying.
He's afraid.
He's laying-
He's afraid that his wife is
laying
going to make
pillow
him
and
sleep
he's
on the
duvet for
floor.
him already.
Okay, go on. Because me and Candy, we have your antidote here. Yeah, talk. I wish Bumi Teller was joining us because she said she wanted to. Hey, that's the other person that will level all of you. Oh yeah.
Gadget, go on now.
Okay, accepted. All right. I've tried to match the topic, right, with the
Wait, I'm having challenges here.
line
What's the
of the
problem?
argument so far. And I was trying to, should I say, reconcile the direction and the topic. I don't believe. Someone accused me once of viewing things in black and white, and really, when it comes to issues of love, it's black or white. Everybody is guided by some principle. You either are hinging your beliefs on maybe your faith or certain principles that have been fed down your throats while growing up, or environment and experiences. Having said that, like I said earlier, I think when it comes to the issue of love, is either black or white. There's nothing in between. And my understanding of it is, I won't cheat, or rather, okay, let's put it that way. I won't cheat because I know it will hurt someone I love. So how do you say you are doing a side chick or whatever and you claim to love? There are many other things that are just close neighbors to the concept of love. Respect. So we tend to, use those words interchangeably sometimes and think the fact that I'm doing the side chick and my wife doesn't know, right? Someone could make an argument for that and say, okay, yes, maybe you respect your wife. You don't want her. It's total disrespect for you to do it in her face or to be careless enough to make her know that you are doing it. But we shouldn't even bring love into it at all. It's a no. I can't make sense of I love my wife, but I'm doing a side chick. I love my wife, but I'm doing a side chick. I don't think there's any argument that will rationalize it for me.
Thank you.
I'm sure maybe Kenneth will disagree because Kenneth and Ekene, from my interactions with them, are people that seem to like the unpopular view, and I respect that.
No,
When
Kenneth
it
is
seems
actually a
attractive,
feminist.
it seems it
Kenneth is
seems
actually a feminist.
it seems interesting for them when they take the unpopular, you know, uh, and it usually makes the argument interesting. I mean, what would the world be if all of us looked in one direction and thought
Yeah,
one
I
way
agree. I
of every
agree, but
subject? Yeah,
right is right, as you said. When it comes to relationships, there no, it's either black or white. There's no in between color. If you
yeah, but
say you love someone, there is no way you can contemplate anything that hurts them, anything that you know that if it ever came to the, you're not even saying, oh, maybe, no, I'll be so careful that we never know. What always will plague your mind is the what if,
Yeah.
that is the thing that will plague you, that will be like,
yeah.
no, I can't do that. So Kenya, have you composed yourself? And he's laughing again. Okay, now Ron says you're a feminist as if it's a bad thing. I'm still going to make a feminist of you, Ron,
No,
don't worry.
no, it's not a bad thing.
So Kenny, what's your view? Do not say the wrong thing, or I will Jackie Chan you from here. As a feminist, say the right thing.
Well, sorry, but what's the definition of a feminist? I don't even know.
Okay, well, let's not go into that. Let's just go into the topic now. So, Ron says that, well, he's been shouting you're a feminist, and we're not even going to ask what that is, but obviously he has an idea of the kind of views that you hold. So, the question is, if you say you love your spouse, what is the justification for then cheating on them? What could justify you cheating on them and you say you love them? Uh-huh.
You
You see,
asking me that?
Candy, can you see the
But,
beautiful thing about this?
I'm
When you
sorry.
ask a question like that, they
but
can't
I'm not.
answer.
I'm,
But
I'm,
I'm not
I'm
cheating. So
saying,
I'm kind of looking over my shoulder and thinking, oh my God, is it me being put on the spot? But I, I think, to be honest, I think it's. I don't care what anyone says. It's as far as I'm concerned. You know, it is a game. If you can play, play. All right. However, it's what is,
What's the
as
game?
the saying goes, what is good for the goose is also good for the ganja, right?
What,
yeah.
what's the game?
It, if that's what you want to do, that's what you're doing. Then whatever comes out of it,
If
that's
you are
your,
caught,
you
it
know.
becomes a serious offense.
Well, it's a
Yeah,
game, right?
yeah,
And
but
in
if
a
you are caught,
game,
it becomes a
somebody
serious
will
offense.
lose. Somebody, sorry.
If you are caught in the game, it becomes a very serious offense.
Candy,
Okay.
is this making any sense to you?
Yeah,
Because
I'm kind of confused.
Listen, all I'm trying to say is, right, I'm not here to judge anybody, right? All I'm trying to say
I'm judging. I'm judging.
okay, cool. That,
my
that's
name
good.
is Georgina.
Good. Well, that's good for you. All I'm saying is, if that's what, everyone is an adult, right? If that's what
Uh-huh.
you want to do, that's what you want to do. Okay?
But you're dragging the emotions of another adult who did not ask for that dragging
Yeah.
into this mix now.
No
So
question.
someone who you had promised to be faithful and loyal to,
Yeah.
you are now dragging them into your disloyalty and playing with their emotions.
I understand that, Abby. My
Okay.
my point is, and I appreciate that out of out of out of n number of topics, right?
Okay.
Or should I say n number of disloyalties, right?
Mhm.
You've picked just the one. I get it. Okay. If out of in any relationship there are,
Mhm.
you know, being loyal or being faithful, it's not just sorry, being promiscuous, it's not just, basically it's just one aspect of being in a relationship, sorry, one aspect of disloyalty in a relationship. There could be
Mhm.
lies, there could be other things. Okay,
Yeah.
so if for instance, if I'm being promiscuous, right now, I understand that is bad or that may be bad, but somebody out there, like a mate of mine, the way he thinks, he says, well, say out of 10 disloyalties in a relationship, if he chooses to play just the one of promiscuity, then surely out of nine others is just one out of 10, right? So
Ah,
I understand, it you know being a bit, you know weighty, right? But who is to say that lying or gossiping or you know anything else isn't as weighty as promiscuity,
I
right?
don't think anything is as apart from abuse, like well, abuse in any way, shape, or form. And in fact, I actually told Ron, I said, cheating is a form of abuse. It is a form of abuse because yes, it's a soft form of abuse
So is
because
lying.
you're taking that
So
person's
is
heart.
lying, right?
But
So
lying,
If you make a commitment to someone,
Lying to is an
wait,
abuse.
wait, Candy
Insulting
saying
someone is
something.
an abuse.
I feel
Wait,
like
Candy saying something.
if you're making a commitment to someone, you can't just it's just it's weighty. It's weighty breaking. It's I don't even know how to describe it. You can't just say because lying or whatever might is it should all be the same, but it's not. Making a commitment is to someone. So if you can't be with one person, let that person know, and then let them make the choice that okay, I'm gonna be in an open relationship, or whatever, or I'm gonna deal. But when you start cheating and going behind the person's back, and it's just wrong. Once you've made a commitment to someone,
Candy,
yeah.
I am with you. I'm just playing the devil's advocate here. What I'm saying is, right?
This advocate is advocating well.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. But the
This
point of this
advocate is not
relationship, right?
advocating
See, okay, who is the judge here, right? I think for me personally, commitment is commitment. It comes with
Okay, I want to ask a question, Kenny. So,
uh-huh,
if we are all playing a game, right?
uh-huh,
We've gone and made a commitment, but somehow in the back of our minds, we are saying to each other, well, we made a commitment to each other, but it's still a game. So, whoever can play it should play it. Now, this is the thing I found out with a lot of cheating men. Now, because the people that I know are usually cheating men. I don't. I'm trying to rack my brain if there's any woman I know that is cheating. Not that I can pull off the top of my head.
ah,
But the thing
I,
I found out with
I
cheating men,
know.
wait, and yeah, that's the thing now. Because I have a lot of guys that are my friends, so I think I will know more cheating men than women. So, anyways, what I found out is that the average cheating man, the day he finds out that his wife, not that she cheated though, but that a man is texting her, or he's taking her to dinner, or he's bought her something, the way he will react
All hell's gonna
like he wants to die. Like
Mm.
he would be like, "What? I can't believe this. I trusted you. You're my wife." And I'm like, dude, are you okay? You've been
Abby,
doing this, yeah?
I think that attitude comes from that myth that men are more, they're visual, and they're more sexually whatever than women. So they
Mm,
believe that a woman obviously cannot cheat on me.
yeah. I'm the big Don. I'm the Don Dada. Why should she cheat on me? And then we found out that, Mr. Don Dada, we can cheat on you. Very well safe.
Abby,
you know?
Abby, I don't know the men you've been chatting to, but you know,
Una now. Let me put all of you in trouble.
I don't know the men you've been chatting to, but at the end of the day, you know, you should be able to give or take as much as you give, and being caught or not being caught, as far as I'm concerned, everyone is an adult. Okay, wife, husband, boyfriend, girlfriend. if they want to cheat, they will cheat. The only reason why
Okay, so
anyone is not going to cheat is out of respect for oneself, not even respect for my partner. For me, it's more respect for myself. Okay, and
so adultery is for adults. Adultery is for adults.
well,
Gadget, Gadget, what do you say to this?
Sorry.
Because you're quiet.
Yeah,
You're putting
yeah.
comments. I can see your comments. You're saying a bit. Give me a
Oh well.
break or something.
Oh well. Yeah. I think we need to guide ourselves back. I mean, get back or get back on track with the
Kenya
subject.
anyway.
Yeah, with the subject here, because I see Kenneth has gone. My comment was actually for Kenneth. Then I noticed I was actually PCing. The question is, can a cheating man or woman truly be in love with their spouse? If we're going to be talking about if a man has a right to feel cheated,
Right.
as compared to I think that's a topic for another day. And then it seems we're going off the topic. The question here is, can a cheating man or woman truly be in love with their spouse? Now it's become I'm sure this topic is coming up because it's rather pervasive now. It's common place to just have relationships, or should I say even marriages, breaking down because of issues of infidelity.
Mm.
I mentioned a bit and the common thing when Kenneth was talking about lies and maybe a number of other things that a partner could possibly commit, and trying to compare cheating to any other thing. That's why I mentioned a bit. How could you call cheating a bit? That's the extreme. That's the other end of the spectrum. When you are listing
Wait, Kenny, let Gadget finish.
Hey, sorry.
Yeah, when you're listing possible offenses that that could break or could mar a relationship, you can't be comparing lying. I can lie to save our relationship. I could lie to save our relationship. It depends on what you're lying about. But I don't think when it comes to issues of infidelity, you would want to put that on the same scale with others, like, oh, maybe well, like you say, lying. Abuse is also at the other extreme. Just, I mean, physical abuse is at the other extreme, just like infidelity. Yes, we could say that. But the focus here is, could you claim you love the person you're cheating on? And like I said earlier, it's a yes or no answer. It's a black or white. I don't think there's anything in between when it comes to this.
Okay, I need to before you answer, Kenya, I just want to give, because we got our Facebook audience chipping in. So thank you, Hamid Balo, for watching. Thank you so much. And Happy Fash, thank you so much for watching, and not just watching, but actually commenting. She says, yes, a cheating man, a woman can love their spouse. So the question is, why do they cheat, or why are they cheating? So this is a lady saying a cheating person can love their spouse, but the question to ask is, why are they cheating? So Habi, if you can expand on that, or if you can join us, just click on the link that I've put on the thing. The link is there. If you look at the comments, if you can click on it and come and join us and tell us your views as to why you believe that a cheating person can love their spouse. So Kenny, going back to you, what's your response to this?
Okay. I think, again, honestly, each to their own. Yes, I believe a cheating man or woman can love their partner. Okay. And I didn't mean to trivialize this issue at all. But what I was basically trying to say is that there could be other issues, okay, that for me personally, okay, I don't know if I don't know if there's anything else that I can maybe say, in my opinion, will weigh as much as, or, be less, or probably even more than infidelity. I know somebody whose partner divorced him because of gambling. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Some people is drug addiction.
Those are big issues too.
Exactly. So what I'm trying to say is whatever floats anyone's boat. I understand the topic is, you know, having a partner and then doing something else on the side. I understand it, and I don't want to deviate from the topic. But my point basically was that if I'm going to look at it, I would like to look at it holistically. I would like to look at it in other contexts. I would like to put other things side by side. It okay. To infidelity might be a big deal for A, does not necessarily mean that it's a big deal for B. Okay.
Mm,
So yeah, that's essentially my point. I may have used
okay.
lying, you know, maybe that sort
No,
of
no, no. It
trivialized
wasn't.
it.
Nobody was thinking you were trivializing
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
I still get what you're saying. I have met women. I must say, I have met women who have said, "Oh, cheating isn't a deal breaker for me.
Well,
You know, physical violence is a deal breaker."
but with that being said, though, yes, for some people, they're willing to stay with a spouse who's cheating on them. But like Gadget said from the beginning, does that spouse really love you though? Yeah, you're willing to stay with them. So with
Yay!
that spouse, can you actually say that spouse loves you and will continue to cheat? That is the question. And personally, I don't think you can truly love someone and cheat on them. Like I'm saying from my perspective, as a
Yeah.
married woman, I cannot
Well,
imagine
well,
anything that would make me cheat
Candy,
on my husband.
Candy, my question to you will be, you know, have you lived? Because it,
She's happily married. She's a happily married woman
I understand
who's
that,
been
and
married for years.
I respect that. But what I'm saying is that this is planet Earth. We've got we've got people, okay, with different ideals.
And that's why I said to me,
That's like it
for
for
me,
her. For
that's
Yeah,
what
her.
no,
I said
and
personally for me.
that's why I asked the question, and I don't mean it in any disrespectful way. Okay, seriously.
Have I lived? Can you like
Yeah, well, because I'm trying to
on
understand,
that?
has
Like,
she
what do
lived?
you mean? Like we were saying, like, I mean, I got married at the age of what, 34, 35. So yeah, I've lived. I
Okay.
sowed my wild oats in my own day.
I think
That's the thing. We've been there, done that, and got
I
the
lived.
t-shirt, honey.
I wasn't like some green girl who got married at the age of like 18 or whatever and has like some idealistic view of the world. No,
Mm.
I got married. I mean, I had my second child at the age of 40. So it's not like, yeah, I
See,
lived.
that's the
So I think your question has been answered. We've got PK in the house. In case
yes.
now, I have to introduce this person. This guy is my comedic husband. You know, Candy. You know the man I'm always chasing at the airport and stuff. That's him over there. That's my husband. He's blushing. He's like, oh God. So
Actually,
yeah, what's your comment?
I have one question. I don't know what the definition of cheat is.
Ah, hey God, I knew you were going to come and put Sansan in this whole thing.
Let's make sure that
What do you mean you don't understand the meaning of cheating? You see the reason why we have problems, Candy.
let's make sure we're all thinking about the same thing when we use the word cheat. What is
Exactly.
Okay, let me explain what I mean by the term cheating. Basically, doing something with another person that is not your partner, that you know for a fact that if your partner saw you, would be very, very hurt. And doing something basically means anything along the sexual fringe. So it could be texting, sexting, exchanging pictures.
Texting.
Yes, sexting.
Okay, okay.
Yes, sexting, exchanging pictures, going on some private holidays together, and all that comes with it. That is cheating. So, oh, Habi said, I agree with him. Who are you agreeing with, Habi? Lady, come on and come and defend your angle here. She's agreeing with, I don't know, somebody.
just to make
Okay.
sure, just to make sure I understand what you're saying. So if I have a partner,
Mhm.
I will not want my partner to see me having lunch with my ex, for example.
No,
And
not
so
necessarily. That's
I
not
wouldn't want,
necessarily cheating.
because just because maybe I know that my partner might get triggered, I wouldn't want her to see me having lunch with my ex, even if there was
But
nothing. Because
if that's the kind of partner you
I don't,
have, yeah.
yes, I don't even want to be in a position where I have to explain why I'm having lunch with my ex, right? But so under your definition of cheating, this falls under cheating, correct or
Yeah,
not?
if you have a partner who would consider it cheating. So if you couldn't tell your partner, oh, you know what, Lola called and she wants us to have lunch, and she goes, oh, okay, have fun, then that she doesn't consider that cheating. But if she's the kind of person that you said, oh, by the way, Lola called, why? What does she want? And like, oh no, she just wanted lunch. Why? What? Auntie people, like, what is the meaning of this X? If you're still, then of course you then going ahead and having lunch with the said Lola is cheating, because she has made it abundantly clear that she doesn't want that kind of relationship between the two of you.
Okay.
Well, so sorry. See that? I think that's a little bit. I will have to disagree with that. If
Okay.
there's nothing going, if there are exes that have maintained an amicable relationship, and for a
Yeah, sure.
spouse or a partner to say they can't be friends, I think it's obnoxious. I absolutely think it's obnoxious. And if it, as long as there's no sexual component, if maybe he's not telling her because of her reaction, him having lunch with her, I don't think is cheating,
It's
personally.
beginning to look like we were talking about cheating and everybody had a different idea of what cheating is.
No, the reason, and I get it, I
Can we
personally
narrow it
now
to sex?
remember
Can
I'm
we narrow
giving
it to
it.
sex?
Oh, okay. Let
Let's
me
narrow it to sex.
okay, we'll narrow it down to sex. But the reason why I said what I said about if you have a partner, because the reason why I said that is it's up to you now to know whether you want to be with that kind of partner who is jealous at at least, okay, I'm trying to see. Let me be honest. Which of my sexes am I friends with? Exes. I'm trying to remember if I'm friends with any of my exes. Yeah, I'm friends with, with one, I think one or two. I'm friends with them. The rest I'm not friends with them. So now, if my ex had a girlfriend and I can't hang out with both of them, and every time I'm like, hey, you and your girlfriends, let's meet up, and it goes, and no, let me and you meet up. She's busy, and I bring it out of him, and he's like, well, actually, she's not comfortable about me and you's friendship. Then for me, I will be like, okay, I'm not comfortable with our friendship, because I don't want a situation like me. I'm a lover, I'm not a fighter, I can't fight. So I don't want a situation, because I don't know how crazy your woman is. I don't want a situation where she meets me in the middle of the mall and she starts to scream at me saying, stay away from my man. I mean, I've had someone come to my house, and I told you this, Ron, and I've told you this, PK. So, a lady from my church came to my house to warn me of a guy who's just my friend, not a single sexual thing between us. We're just friends. Why? Because she assumed that they were in a relationship. She believed that they were in a relationship because the guy's mother liked her. So she believed that if his mom likes me, then we're in a relationship. So she came to my house. She said she wanted to talk to me. I was like, okay, sure. I mean, we're not friends, but by all means, not come to my house. And she came over and she was like, well, I just came to warn you. You need to stay away from this guy, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, huh? I'm not even dating the guy. I have my own boyfriend. What are you talking about? And she laid down the law. And I called up my friend. I said, you know what, dude? You stay in your lane. I'm going to stay in my lane. Because I don't want no woman coming up to my house and shouting abuse at me. Or next thing I'll be, walking down the street and somebody will beat me or something. I don't want that kind of trouble. And he was confused. And he came round to my house and I was like, but I've never even spoken to her. I've never told her that I like her that way. Nothing. And he said, I'm going to deal with it. And he went and dealt with it. But for me, I would not be comfortable staying friends with someone who is hiding my friendship, not relationship now, but friendship from their own partner.
So, see, you described your own definition of cheating. I think Monye was trying to say let's narrow it down to just sex.
Yeah, let's narrow it down to just sex. Let's narrow it down to sex now. So, if you truly love your partner, will you be sleeping with another person? If you truly love your partner.
Okay, so if that's cheating, then it's okay for me to kiss somebody else, right? But not have sex.
It's a sexual act now.
It's not on the components.
Okay.
How is kissing not a sexual act?
No, okay, all right. So because you actually have to, what I'm trying to bring out is the fact that you very quickly realize that the definition of cheating is subjective. That there is no general definition of cheating. Okay, let me reverse that. Let's say you say sexual act. How about if I'm holding hands with another lady? Is that considered cheating?
Sorry, sir. It's from clapping down starts as my
Abi Idowu. Abi, I'm going to add you on. We have, unfortunately, it only takes 6 people. I'm so sorry, but I will add you on this point.
I think you can take 8.
No, it says only 6 people.
Oh, okay.
It's on clapping that starts. So the question is it when you start to clap that you have cheated, or is it when you raise your hands and you are about to clap?
Well, we know the clapping will lead to dancing, sir.
Right?
As long as you know that the music you want to dance to, that you want to clap to, is going to lead to.
Exactly. So basically, once you know that that this clap that you want to clap will lead to dance, you have cheated, which means it's now a thing of the mind. Once you've thought about it, you have cheated. Because it looks like the definition of cheating is becoming very fluid now, even within the 6 of us here. What is the definition of cheating?
Actual sex.
Okay.
No. It's not just actual sex. It starts from all the mess.
Yeah.
Candy, what do you say?
No, yeah, it starts from, it's definitely before sex. I mean, once, yeah.
How far before sex?
You ladies are making this thing more complicated than it is.
It's not complicated. Once you look at a woman and you're already imagining things, you are already on your road. Going by your definition, that a man can wake up, can get up from his wife, walk into a room, sleep with a woman, and 30 minutes later he's back home. So he's cheated. So from the moment he planned it, when he got up from that place to go and look for that prostitute, he's already cheating on his wife.
We are giving the simplest of examples. How about the guy who basically steps into the house of the girl he actually is attracted to, he hugs her, and then realizes, no, I'm not supposed to do this. Has he cheated? He turns around and goes back home.
He hasn't cheated.
It's an attempted cheat that has been waylaid.
So he has not cheated. I'm just trying to get this clear.
I don't think so. I mean,
He hasn't cheated.
You know what an old man once told me? An old
What
man,
did he tell you?
he says that cheating only occurs when your wife catches you.
Ha!
No, and when he said it didn't make sense to me. Then along the line, I started getting it. I started thinking about it. It's
Then
why is it called cheating? No, why is it called cheating? You played on her emotions. She knew about it.
Because
if she doesn't know, it's not a big deal.
And there are some women who actually have gone out to look for a younger woman to bring home and force their husband to marry her in addition to herself.
Yes, I've seen those.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's you have to know what you're getting into. Like a woman who goes to bring another woman.
I think for me, the question I'm begging to get an answer for is, I think we're trying to define what cheating is. Are we talking about what kind of relationship are we talking about here? Are we talking about
relationship? Like a marriage, I guess?
Okay.
Yeah, marriages. Is it marriages?
Earlier on, I thought I heard the word partner. I did not hear the word spouse.
No, I because I was talking about my part. I was talking, yeah, but we're talking marriages.
Okay, marriage. Yeah.
So
So
if you're not married, you cannot be you can actually cannot cheat. Is that correct? So if you're just dating, you cannot
We
cheat.
just decided to narrow it down. I beg. don't
I would
don't.
say, I would say
You don't
once
want
you've
to.
made a commitment to each other,
you
You
see,
just want to.
Because
honestly, by default, I have an issue with that commitment to each other, because I know somebody will say, "Well, get out of it." But the point is that if I think I'll be more comfortable if we're talking about what causes people or men to cheat, because some people by just by being in a marriage causes them to cheat.
really.
I still don't even understand what the definition of cheat is. So how do you
Exactly.
about men
Yeah.
cheating?
You guys are just purposely trying to cause kasala here, and I refuse. I
When we talk
refuse
of
it.
men, no. Let me ask a question. When we talk of men cheating, are we talking of a man who is holding hands with somebody, or a man who has kissed somebody, or the
Leave
man
that nonsense holding hands. Well, what is holding hands? This is the reason why I keep chasing you up and down at the airport. You want to come be holding hands with other women.
Who
which
defines what
one
is
of the
cheating?
many definitions of cheating are we referring to when we say why do married men cheat?
Yeah.
Because you actually, if you just go straight to sex, then you have eliminated a whole bunch of other things that other people will say is cheating.
But you see, Ogake is coming to my original point. There are a host of other things that I would like to bring to the table, right?
Hmm.
And so for me, I think the real topic should be what causes people to use Candy's term, to go out of their commitments.
Again, what is the
No,
definition
no.
going out of
No,
your
it's a
commitment?
matter of no, I disagree with that. I disagree.
What is the
Whether
commitment?
because the reason why I was willing to say, okay, marriage, I'm not married. I think all of you here are married or have been married at one point in time. I've never been married. I've been close, but I never swallowed that pill, thank God. But
That
the
means that
thing
you
is,
can have
I allowed marriage because, well, most people would look at cheating really more in the established sense of a relationship. That's what. But I personally, well, if I'm with someone and we've made a commitment to each other, trust and believe, that person goes and messes about, we're going to have issues. Because as far as I'm concerned, you've made a commitment to me. I don't need a piece of paper to justify our commitment. I don't need to stand in front of a vicar or wear a dress to justify our commitment. So if you go and step out of our relationship under the guise of where we are not married, you know what? End.
So, but that step out, you have not defined
And
it.
that is even if you're holding hands. Oh, don't go and try that holding hands nonsense.
So
What if
Abby, you have to bring other
what if you
things
take
to
a
the
photograph
table.
with very pretty girls who have come to say, "Can I have a photograph with you?" Is that cheating?
PK, I will remove you from this thing.
These
I will
are
remove you.
these,
I will
these
remove
are
you.
these are real life. These are real life
I'm going
events.
to remove you if you don't take your time.
These are real life events, real life actions, right? That people now look at, and people they label it. Everybody using a certain word, but the word means a totally different thing to almost everybody who is using the word.
Okay, before we continue, I'm going to quickly excuse Ron. Oh, okay. Someone has stepped out. Oh, Kenny has. So, Habi, I'm going to put you on. Okay, Habi has been agreeing with you, PK, which
No.
Habi, I thought we were friends, though.
Yeah, I think we are agreeing up to a certain extent. Because we're trying to define the whole definition is not about cheating, or maybe we want to know we are all adults here, and I know that we know without definition what cheating means.
No, actually, that's an assumption.
No, if it's certain, you know when you're cheating.
that's an assumption that we all know.
No, we all know. We all know. It's just
Come
like
on, PK.
answer the
we
question
all
that
know.
if I see Abi and
PK,
Huda,
hold on. Let Abby get her breakdown.
The whole thing about this topic, if we're not careful, we're going to water it down, which is not what this topic is all about. The topic is not about the definition of cheating, because we can be here forever and we will not agree. And you can disagree with me, but we can be here forever and we will not agree on anything. So, but the whole point is, can somebody have a committed relationship, either married or unmarried, and then still cheat? And I said yes, because it depends on why they are cheating.
Okay, so why are they cheating? That justifies the love.
So it doesn't justify it. So it's not saying that they are allowed to cheat, but I'm saying that why are they cheating? So there could be some fundamental, issues there. Maybe when they wanted to get married. One.
I'm just asking what is considered cheating.
PK, I'm going to mute you.
You know why?
Don't listen to him. Continue.
For a fact, even though I don't know you, and I'm trying not to use any Nigerian language and whatever, but I could tell when I'm talking to an adult. And so with an adult, as long as I know that I won't ask you to put your hand in fire and you won't do it, that means you're constant. The ability to figure one or two things out without somebody telling you exactly explicitly what it means. So we all know this. Either our assumption will be that, okay, start from sexting, from touching, from smooth, excuse me, can I say this here? Smoothing, whatever it is, right? We know what that is. But what we don't know is what will make, and if somebody cheats, like I was watching what's his name again? The cheater,
Hancock.
in the UK. Yeah. So I was watching the old story, and they said the wife did not know they've been together for 15 years, and the guy cheated. And it's a big deal, right? But the point there is that we don't know what's going on in that marriage. Every marriage has the happily ever after. Nobody's going to come out and say, until things fall apart, everybody is good and happy. So that's why I asked that question, why is the person cheating? Now, I can love somebody, but can I cheat on that person? Why am I cheating? What was going on in my head? Are you doing the right thing? Am I missing something? Am I losing it? Is it because of indiscipline? Is it because, I was abused as a child? Is it because... So those are the reasons why what we have to do. And I'm not justifying cheating. Because for me, I cheat you, I gone out. I don't care. That is me. But that doesn't mean that some people's deal breaker could be like, okay, I can manage this just once that you have cheated. Let's manage things. You understand what I mean? And it's okay. But the point there is that can people do it? Can someone say, I love this person and cheat on another? And I think that's what the question is. Can I say, I love this person and I cheat on another person? Let's just...
Can I say, I love this person and cheat with another person?
Sorry.
I
think you're changing it. And let's be careful to stay on the topic. I've said it a couple of times.
Okay.
The question is not, can I say I love this person? The question is, can you really be in love with the person and be cheating?
Someone and be
There are
cheating.
two different things.
Okay.
I can say all day I love this person and be cheating, but can I be in love with the person and be cheating? So it's not. I think society has redefined this whole idea of love, and we think that maybe managing through one cheating episode or means you are in love. Managing through doesn't mean you are in love. Yeah. Not walking away doesn't mean you are in love.
Mm-hmm.
Love is universal. Love is love. Okay. There are a lot of things that go with that are expected when you say you love someone.
You're in love with someone, yeah.
Yeah.
So are we saying?
One at a time.
So I was just saying that, are we saying that cheating literally So if we love someone, we can't cheat that person.
Well,
Exactly.
if you are in love with someone, how can you cheat on them?
On the person.
That is the
Okay.
question.
I
How?
think at this point I have to just say it as it is. What Gadget just defined is called respect. That's not love.
No,
Okay.
Sorry.
No, it's just what it is. It's not love. And I know why I say this. I've said it in a former podcast. I said it a long time ago.
I think it's
All these
important.
things we call-
I think it's important you say when you say that, because your position
I'm going to
is not
define.
your
I'm going
position
to
is not
define it.
absolute. So
I'm going
just
to
say
define it.
your opinion. When you say, let me say it as it is, or let me say it as a fact, like you own it, it's your opinion,
that's
right?
right.
Yeah,
I understand it. I
I'm
understand it
coming-
as love.
I'm
You understand it as
coming
respect.
somewhere.
But there's a
I'm
difference between love and respect. Yeah.
I'm going to
Okay.
I'm landing somewhere. Now,
Okay,
there are
correct.
people who
Yeah.
love themselves to death. Like, I've seen people like they are crazy, madly in love. But the way they treat themselves, even you that you think you are in love, you just be like, this is disrespectful. Do you understand? But you can't separate them. Nobody's forcing them together. Nobody is insisting that they must stay together. They are madly in love. But the kind of rubbish they do as a couple, it begins to make you think. Now, I've come to the conclusion that love is not even required for somebody starting a marriage. I've said it before, that you don't need love to start marriage. And all this nonsense about happily ever after is a myth. You walk,
In your opinion.
everything about marriage.
That is your opinion.
It's hard work.
Yeah, your opinion.
Marriage is hard work from day one. You're not going to like certain things. She might be disrespectful. He might be brutal. It doesn't matter. But at the end of the day, it's how you people work together in one direction to see eye to eye. That's the objective. Your ability to see eye to eye. Not for us to be saying, well, Disney tells that, oh, he kissed me. We did wedding. The next thing we lived happily ever after. It's a lie. We all know it's a lie. A lot of us are married. We know now. But we have to work towards it. It's that hard work, that perseverance, that tolerance, that ability to forgive, that ability to embrace when even you know the person is making mistakes, that ability to control with time, 10, 16 years, you find yourself that you are inseparable. It's at that point now we can now say, okay, this is true love. True love must be tested. It's not something that just happens. It must be tested.
Can I say
Candy doesn't
something?
agree with you. Yes,
Well,
Candy.
so like he said, I absolutely agree that marriage is hard work. Trust me, I know it. It is fucking hard. It is difficult. But I think to put work into it, I think for two people to be willing to make it work, there has to be love. There has to be love. You cannot, what's the point of trying to make it work if there's no love? Like, I feel like there has to absolutely be love.
What about people who got married without being in love? And they're still together.
They're tolerating each other then.
Yeah, people have
Tolerating
different
each other.
reasons for staying with each other. But I'm saying, like, I'm just saying, for me though, for me to be able to like put work into it is because I'm in love with my husband. That's if I wasn't in love with him, all the trials and tribulations, I would have called it quits a long time ago. Yeah.
Okay, before we continue, I want to say sorry. Before we can, my phone has passed away, so I can't see the other. But I want to say thank you to Zamo, to Crystal Rock, to Tams. I think I was seeing Carolina. Thank you so much. All you guys who are tuning in and watching, thank you. I can see you. Unfortunately, the phone has not died, so I can't see you anymore. But just know that I'm saying thank you. So yeah, let's. Carolina asked a question. She said,
let me answer her.
Wait,
Let
let
me
me
answer
before you
Carolina.
answer. It said, Karina said, I want to ask, can you get all these abilities without love? Since you say love is not required. So she's asking you, Ron.
Okay.
You're saying love is not
Thank
required.
Thank you, Carolina. You see, whatever it is we're experiencing in our marriages today is something it's an acquired taste. It's something we just started doing in the last 100 or 150 years. This wasn't how people used to get married in the past, okay? This is a modern time. We're adjusting to the time and trying to live with what our reality is today. In the past, people don't even know who they are getting married to. It just happens like 2 weeks to your wedding. They tell you, okay, we found a husband for you or we found a wife for you. This is who you must marry. It sounds crude today, right? But these guys got married and stayed up to 50, 70 years. They died together. They
But
died
it didn't mean
together.
that they loved each other. They just tolerated each other because the culture made it that they couldn't
Okay.
leave each other.
Again, I wasn't born at that time. Okay, I'm just trying to put the points through.
Okay.
Now we live
Okay.
at a time where a guy or a girl can just say total stranger, and just because the eyes are brown or blue or hazel, or maybe the way he touch or the way he dresses, you just fall in love. You don't know anything about the person's family. You don't know where it's coming from. You just fall in love. Then you do a very big wedding after
But
6
is that
months.
really love, though?
I'm coming.
Okay.
After 6 months, the love is not able to hold the marriage. It shakes. 2 years down the line, they divorce.
But was
What's
that
the
love though? Was that love? That was
Or
infatuation. That
No,
was
it's
love.
infatuation. It's not love.
Once again,
That's what we're saying. We're talking about people who truly love each other. So they've been dating, they've been together, they've been through the rough, the hard, the good, the bad.
How do we
once again,
define
everybody's
those
assuming,
who truly love each other? How do we
everybody's
define
assuming that they
that?
have the same definition of love. That's the thing. So, meanwhile, when we start to talk about it, I start realizing that one person's definition of love is totally different from the other person's
True.
definition of love, right? And everybody just comes and says, I'm in love. They're using the same word, totally different meaning for the
Some might
individual.
be lost, or some might be
Okay, I want to throw out a couple of questions and then we will wrap up. Yeah. So I want to throw out a couple of questions and I want you guys to answer. So tell me whether these statements, because I was actually thinking about what love was. I had it on my phone, but the phone has died. So I'm trying to remember it from my head. But I was asking myself these questions when I was thinking about love, considering the kind of conversations I had earlier in the day. So would you consider these statements love? The thought of hurting my partner scares me. Is that a statement of love?
Not necessarily.
Okay, fine. Okay,
It could be
fine.
fear that she will stab you.
Okay, no. Oh my God.
Yeah,
I'm
but
going to mute
I agree with them.
Yeah, me too.
I'm going to mute this man.
Just being straight up, I guess.
Okay. Okay, let us take away the fear of bodily harm. Okay? Let's take away the fear of bodily harm. Does the thought of hurting?
The reason why a lot of men actually change their mind at the doorstep.
Oh my God. PK, thank you. We know that we have our issues. We will deal with it later. Let us deal with this. So, the thought of hurting the person you love, does it scare you?
Yeah.
Yeah, right? Okay. Anybody else? Anybody wants to say no?
Yeah, most definitely.
Definitely.
Okay, now,
Maybe not
the thought-
scared, though. Maybe
I don't
not
well, I
think
mean,
scared
like,
is
does
the-
it?
I don't know
like-
if that scared is the word I would use.
That's what I mean. That maybe not the word scared.
Maybe like it makes you feel like, because
Bothers
to
you.
me the only thing that came to my mind was scare, but like it would break your own heart. Would
Yeah.
it break your own heart
Yes.
to break the heart of the person you love?
Because the reason why you probably are cheating is that something is probably missing somewhere, right?
Okay, no, I'm not even talking about cheating. I'm just talking about love.
Whatever it is that is making you to feel this care, you're looking outside or you're trying to do something else that will, affect your relationship or something. But what we're thinking is, why would that happen? Why would that thought come to you in the first instance? Something's actually missing. And whatever it is that is missing that you're looking for, you might actually find it outside, but you're scared that, I'm going to hurt someone. You're scared, but so it's not really, it might not necessarily.
But you don't love them enough not to consider doing that thing.
Can I speak on behalf of the way men think, just so that you understand this thing fully?
Maybe you might have a better explanation.
In a
No, I
real sense of it, I am speaking knowing that most men, quote and unquote, and I don't want to be stoned here, do so many rational things without, and it doesn't really mean that they don't love the other person.
Finally, somebody gets it.
It doesn't really mean that they don't love that person. It's just because at the moment of impulse, what would they? It's like talking to uncles. How do they pray? How do they do things? When a woman wants to say, yes, I do, she could take forever. And a man can just see a lady now and be like, okay, yes, you know what? You are my African queen, and then you're going to get married tomorrow. You're going to do this or do that, and that's it. But that doesn't mean they mean that, because they did that for that moment. But when they think about it, I've been with this person. I love that. This is the person that I love. Have you not seen that before? I love this person, but I can, I can do this. But it doesn't mean I don't love. That's why you see most married men, in spite of them being married, they still go to side chicks and then come back to their wife.
But that's what I'm saying. Is that truly love then? Is that truly love?
Don't you know Mr. Macaroni? Mr. Macaroni, you don't know Mr. Macaroni?
Yeah.
Debo. Yeah, Debo.
You watch his skits. You watch his skits.
Yeah, I watch his skits where he's always.
Are you aware that is true? Are you aware that is true life? Like whatever it portrays is what really goes on in.
Yeah, life. Of course, there are men who are like, "Oh, I can't stop cheating. I can't stop being around with them, but my wife is at home." We are not disputing that.
You see the way he worships his wife.
I see it, but at the end of the day, this is the question I'm asking that we haven't been able to land on.
Okay.
Can you truly love your spouse with everything?
If you ask that question, if you say can men or can women, if you split it, I would say.
Yeah, I said, can a cheating man or woman truly love their partner?
You can't.
You can't split it. We die here. You can't split it.
We are not the same. You can't grade men and women the
same. Okay. I can see that we with this topic. But you know what? I want to quickly read out a couple of the comments that I can see. So Zamo said, oh, sorry, Habi. Zamo said, infatuation is different from love. Love is a verb. It needs to be tested. Then Carolina said, so what is true love? Then Carolina was answering my question and saying that could be out of fear. And Zamo said there are different types of love. Okay. So there are different ways that people love, because, and I want to put this out there and then wrap it up, because we've been here almost 2 hours and I don't want to take too much of people's time. And I honestly, I'm so grateful, because this is our very first multi-stream, and look at how popping it's been. I've even had to put Kenny out. Kenny's out in the cold waiting. They let me in.
Well, okay, you can swap me for Ken.
Okay, let me swap you for Ken. Let me swap you for Ken then. Kenny, add to stream. Okay, Kenny, you are on. Yeah. Oh, I have to take you out. Remove from stream. So Kenny, are you on now? Add to stream. Aha, Kenny is there. Okay, so this is the thing. I do know that there are people who. And again, I do not. To me, if you truly love someone, you just can't cheat on them. But I have come across people. I have come across people who have said, "I truly love this person."
Said.
But they're impotent, and we have agreed for me to go out, sleep with someone else, and come back with a child. There's also the case of the person is completely impotent, can't get it up, so they step out and they go sleep with someone else, just so that I want you to be happy, I love you, but I can't give you sexual satisfaction, so go out and get it, so that you belongs to me, but your body you just go pick up some rando person and do that. And there are different other reasons that people have used in the name of, I love this person, and that's why I'm doing what convention will say. So those are the things that have come into my mind. But you know what? This topic, I don't can exhaust the different ways that we can view love, the different ways that we can actually ask ourselves questions and go, why am I in this? What am I even calling love? What am I defining as cheating according to one particular person, and all that. But I want to thank each and every one of you. Candy, thank you so much. I know you're a very, very busy person. Candy is a nurse. She's based in the States and she's very busy, but thank you so much for spending the time this evening with us. I really, really appreciate it. Gadget, thank you so much. Really, really appreciate it. I'm loving the Barry White voice. I can't see the face, but I'm loving the voice.
I hope I'll be able to
Happy,
fix
thank
it.
you so much because I know you're like, let me. So thank you for coming in and being that woman with the alternate voice, because sometimes it looks like, hey, women love that coming in and you're bringing a different perspective. PK, my darling husband, I will catch you at an airport very soon. Don't worry, keep running.
If he has 80% at home, he's not going to train it for the 20% he doesn't have. He's going to get his 20% outside, and he will make sure that he doesn't lose his 80% inside. And
the 80-20 rule. Okay, I hear you. But thank you so much for joining, PK. I really appreciate it. Kenny, thank you so much. And Ron, sorry I had to throw you out. I swapped Ron out for you, Kenny. So thank you, everyone. Really, really appreciate it. Please, next week, I think we will try and expand it so we can have more people on. But thank you so much. And please, for everyone who's watching, so I'm just going to let you go. So I think I can let you all go now. But thank you very much. I really appreciate you guys coming on. And bye. So well, I think Kate, talk to you later. So I think we've had a very eventful discussion tonight. And yeah, I'm rounding off. I'm rounding off. So
Okay.
I just want to say to everyone who's been watching, I really, really appreciate you guys joining us. This is Ron. He's part of the team now. So he's part of the MungalowCroonings team. So if you have any questions, you can reach me. Please reach out to Ron. If you have any topics you want us to discuss and somehow you can't reach me, please reach out to Ron. And he's managing all the platforms. So YouTube, Facebook, he's on everything. And I just want to say thank you. And thank you to everyone who's joined in. I've got a few more comments. Zamo said, why is cheating attached mostly to sex? Men see sex differently. Well, the men have been trying to let us see that. And Sean, who's another co-host, but unfortunately couldn't join us, has said, I will just quote Fashola, may our loyalty not be tested beyond our capacity. Ordinarily, if one loves someone, cheating isn't an option, no matter what. But so may our loyalty not be tested beyond our capacity. That's what he's saying. So I just want to say thank you to each and every one of you. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for being part of this. I've had a really fantastic time just listening to everyone and just getting involved and throwing it here and there. It's been really fantastic. And we've got another sizzling, scintillating topic for you next week. So till we do that, and don't forget Lavinia Andre Collection. Make sure you go follow her on IG. I'll put her IG link on the show so that you can go look at getting something for yourself. But this is my very first designer and I'm so excited. So make sure that you're joining us same time next week, 8 p.m. Tuesday, British Greenwich Mean Time. Please join us. Until we do this again, it is your host and my co-host Ron Monye, Abi saying take care and God bless.
Bye.